Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to this training points guide where I'm going to show you the best spells to get for your training points. Before I begin, these spells are for PvE because I don't play PvP yet, and this is entirely my opinion, so it's up to you if you want to get any of these spells. I'm going to show you the spells first, then I'm going to reset them, and then show you the locations of where to get all the spells. Alright, going from left to right, I'm going to start off with the Ischool. Now, the only spells you're going to need is Tower Shield and Stun Block. Tower Shield is pretty nice since it blocks 50% of all incoming attacks for every school, and you can mix this with other shields to reduce the damage even more. So going to the Stun Block, this is kind of an alternative to having Conviction, because Conviction has a 90 to 95% block rate for 4 rounds, depending if you have the treasure card or the spell, which I think is much better than having these two stun shields for farming bosses. Moving on to Life, which is mainly healing spells, but I don't think it's really worth it unless you have the Mastery Amulet and extra training points, because you can get the healing treasure cards at the bazaar, like Satyr, Dryad, and then these regeneration spells. So I don't think it's really worth it to spend trading points if you have the goal to buy the TCs. Okay, going to the Death School, the only spell that everyone needs is this one, the Faint spell, which adds 75% additional damage towards your total. So if you do like 1,000 base damage, it'll be 1,750, which is almost double the base damage. So I think this one is one of the best spells to get. Okay, moving on to the Balance School. So you're gonna need either Elemental Blade or Spirit Blade, depending on what your school needs, because it stacks with your school's original blade. And you're also gonna need Reshuffle, because it adds all the cards back to your deck when you run out, and when you're farming bosses or something, you know, it's always good to have one in your deck. Alright, the Astral Spells. So these are a must-have because they make your spell damage so much better, and it also stacks with your gear damage, blades, and traps. So even your weakest attack spell that uses maybe 1 pip, it can have like 1,000 damage when you attack. Okay, going to the next page, these spells are also a must-have, Sharpened Blade and Potent Trap, because it lets you stack your trap and blade spells, and if you use the Potent Trap to stack the Feint, it gives you like 150% added to your base damage, which is really good. Okay, going to both of these protection spells, all they do is they protect your traps and blades from being removed, which is good for bosses, but it doesn't stack with any of the other enchantments. And this one protects your traps, and this one protects your blades. So the last card is going to be Frenzy, and I think this one is an okay spell. It gives 40% outgoing and then 30% incoming damage, but you do need to get the Berserk card first before getting the Frenzy card, which does the opposite, giving you 40% incoming and then 30% outgoing. Okay, moving on to the Shadow Spells. So for here, the only spell that you're going to need is Shadow Strike, because it gives a 10% damage boost and 50% armor pierce. Now, some schools get this for free, but if you didn't, this is also a great spell to have, even though you don't always need to use it. Alright, those are all the spells that I recommend, and they only use up like 27 training points. So let me go ahead and reset my training points, then I'll show you where to get them. If you have access to the Arcanum, then most of these spells you can get from there, and because of the member benefit, the training spell reset is free right now, which is why I'm making this guide. So let me go ahead and buy back all my training points, and then I am going to start with the lower level spells first, and then move on to the higher level spells. Right now I have about 55 training points, so let's start from here. I'm actually going to buy some of the shields because I have some extra training points, but you don't have to do this. Okay, now we are gonna go to Nightside. This is where you're gonna get the Faint spell. Okay, there we go. And then we're gonna go to Unicorn Way. So here, Diego is the one that sells the spells. Train. And you're only gonna need Stun Block. If you can get Conviction, then you should get this one instead. Close. I don't know why it's in the corner though. Okay. Alright, now we're gonna go to Colossus Boulevard. And her place is right around this corner. So in here, this is where you're gonna get the reshuffle. Yes. And oh, this is where you get your life trap. That's weird. Okay. You could get some of these dispels, but I don't think I'm really gonna need these, so let's move on to the next location. The next location is gonna be in Crocotopia. And this is where we're gonna get the Spirit and Elemental Blades. Okay, here it is. Niles. Now you should only buy the Elemental or Spirit Blade. I don't really think these traps are worth it, unless you can't get the Faint spell. So if you can't get the Faint spell, then you would buy these traps, but they only do like 25%, which is really low, so I don't think it's really worth it. So I'm only just gonna buy the Elemental Blade. Let me see if I'm missing anything from down here. Okay, nope, we're good. Alright, so the next location after this is gonna be Silesia. So we can just go there really quick. And I think it's supposed to be the Sun School trainer, all the way in the back. Okay, so this is where you're gonna get the damage spells. You don't really need these accuracy spells unless you want them, but you should only buy these damage spells. Okay, so the next set of damage spells is gonna be, I think, in Azteca. So let's head there. Okay, actually the next spell that you'll get is gonna be also from Silesia, but it's gonna be in Floating Land, which is on your left. Okay, I think it should be around here. Here it is, okay. Alright, so the next one you're gonna get is Monstrous, and then after that Gargantuan. Alright, and then I'm gonna teleport to Drum Jungle because after that, that's where you go to get Colossal. The next set I think is supposed to be in Zafaria, so we're gonna go there. So here I am in Drum Jungle. So you get here from Zafaria. You just, I think, take one of the stone tablets, which is faster. So let's go ahead and buy the Colossus one. So this is the last one you can get. And the final one is gonna be in the Arcanum. Okay, from here, if you keep heading straight, it's gonna be this front entrance. And then that's where you can get the Sun School training. Here it is. Oh, okay, so here you can get the Potent Trap and Sharpened Blade. So I'm gonna get these. Okay, so for the Shadow Spell Strike, you want to go to Chrysalis. And it's gonna be, I think, in Mooncliffs, at the Eclipse Tower. So it's all the way back here. And the Eclipse Tower. Okay, so I guess you have to go all the way around. Ah, okay, so there was a little pathway over here. Alright, now we can go to the Eclipse Tower. And here we are. Okay, so these are the shift spells. And I'm thinking over here. Okay, so this is where you're gonna get the Shadow Strike. Because my school got it for free, I don't have to buy it again, but this is where you would buy it. Alright, so the last spell that we are gonna get is in the Arcanum. And you get to there from the World Gate. And her room should be on the right side. So from here you can basically get most of the other spells except the blade, the spirit blade or elemental blade, and then reshuffle, and the block spell. Okay, so I just realized that I am missing the universal ice shield, so I'm just gonna buy it from here in the Arcanum. But if you don't have access to here, then you can get it at Ravenwood. Okay, let me go ahead and buy these spells really quick. And then we will train the last spell. Okay, and there it is, the Tower Shield. Alright, so the last spell we're gonna get is in this room right here on the last page, or right here. Okay, and then we also need to get these protection spells, which is optional if you want to get them. Here it is. Let me see. Oh, and the Berserk spells. Here it is, Frenzy. You also get these from here. Okay, I think that is it. Let me go ahead and check my deck to see if we have all the spells. So we have the Tower Shield, the Stun Block. That's it. You don't really need anything for these other schools. Have the Feint, okay. Yep. The Elemental Blade, and then Reshuffle. And then you have all your damage boosting spells. And the protection, and then this optional one. And Strike. So I guess that is it. If you found this video helpful, please leave a like, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.